Hey guys, we're going to run through how to do an end of cycle report or an ECR. So this is when the client is either at session 8 or 12. You can do the end of cycle and the assessment anytime through there. Most people will do it on session 12 out of 12, which is what is recommended. As you can see, I've completed an assessment for this client and now I want to do up the report. So in the funding tab, I've already requested the referral. Now I'm going to go and click on this dark blue referral. Add a new note, select the location that I am working from, and then go into templates and type in ECR and open up this template. So same with the patient care plan, guys. Everything that's in a bracket will automatically be added in when we publish this document. Anything that's not, we want to add in. So go to the funding tab, find the client's DVA number, add that in here. Previous treatment, well, the answer is yes, because we've seen them. Conditions being managed, again, you can find that in the funding tab, and you want to pop that in here. And then the goals. So this is when we want to go back to the patient care plan we did at the start of the client cycle. We want to find the goals we set out for them, because we want to know if they achieved them or not. And if they did achieve them, we set new goals. If they didn't, then do we need to adjust them, or do we still feel like they're realistically achievable? So if the client did not meet them, then you go in there if they're ongoing. If the client completely achieved it, then you put an X in here, and then on the next PCP you'd update the goals with their new goals that they're looking to achieve. Management summary. So as I said in my patient care plan report, I usually use the same proposed management plan. I'll copy that in from the PCP, and then all I do is edit the wording slightly. So Miss Trimboli attended instead of will attend. Supervised exercise physiology sessions twice per week for ongoing management of her medically approved conditions. In the outcome measures, this is where you want to add in the initial assessment score. So again, in my PCP video, I explained that the initial assessment will always stay the same. The start of the cycle will be the start of the cycle score that we're finishing off, and then we want to add in our end of cycle information, so the assessment information that we just completed today. So I copy and paste information from the PCP into the end of cycle. So the initial assessment score and the start of cycle score, you can just copy that straight in, as well as the testing that we did. So then all you have to do in this end of cycle section here is put in the date of the end of cycle assessment that you completed, and then add in the scores in this section. So I've gone ahead and added in the scores from the most recent assessment in here. And then the next step is to add in your interpretation. So similar to the PCP, this time instead of just commenting on the scores, you want to also compare them to the initial scores to see how the client has progressed, maybe to discuss why they may have regressed. Maybe the client had some time off, got sick, had a fall, something like that. So you want to tell DVA what's going on, what the scores mean. Again, it's only a couple of sentences you need to add in there. And then as you continue to scroll down further, we have the next section here which says further management required, yes or no. So most of the time will be a yes, because we want to keep seeing the client. If for any reason the client's being discharged, you can't justify any more treatment, then you'd put a no in there. Reasons to support your recommendations when you put a yes. So again, this is one of those things where I usually use a very similar sentence every time. So further management is required to improve Ms. Trimboli's quality of life, ability to complete activities of daily living, and reduce her pain levels. That's my standard one there, and then I've just added in able to return to sport, because that's a personal goal of the client's. Allied health providers details, no different to the PCP. So open up an invoice, log into ProDot or email admin if you're not sure, pop your provider number in there, and then pop your profession in this section here. The next part is to make sure that you add your signature, and lastly, ensure the date is correct. So we want this date here to be the same date that we do the end of cycle assessment. Okay, so not when you're doing the report, if it happens to be a week later, you want it to be the day that you did the assessment. Hit the drop down box and then hit publish.